All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Portland International. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series heads to Portland. It's going to be a great race here. It's race number 2 of the season, and this is a tight track. A little bit of a short track here for road courses, but it is tight. Keep your eyes on it, boys and girls. You could lose this in a second. It's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Some GT3 Series racing here at a classic American road course. It's the GT3 season High Octane Racing League style right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in, and we've got a good one for you tonight here. A little bit different twist here. We got Portland International in the GT3 Series. Right now, we are in the qualification session. Again, thank you for coming in. This is going to be a blast, man. Love this track. A lot of fun here. 17 drivers so far joining us. I think we might have a few more here. Got a few who are finishing up an endurance series race, at least their stint in that race, and are expected to show up here. So they have a little bit over 20 drivers before it's over with. But nonetheless, good turnout here, 17 drivers. We'll take a look at the track here at Portland. Just a little under 2 miles in length, 12 turns, and I'll tell you what, man, turns 1, 2, 3, that chicane there really adds a twist, no pun intended. Again, a tight track here, and a lot of room to race if you can make it happen, huh? You've got to make it happen by pushing another car out of the way here, but it's a tight track, man, and a fun track. Not a really highly technical track, I don't think, but really not a lot of room to race here, but you're going to have to set up those paths quite a ways in advance. Again, thank you for coming in. I'm your broadcaster, Heath Johnson, the commentator, the broadcaster. And we've got Portland headed your way here tonight. 50-minute race. It's race number 2 of an 8-race season. The GT3 series cars have been very, very popular, and very excited to see a lot of drivers interested in coming out, and we get a lot of viewers in as well. So excited about that, and very appreciative of that as well. And thanks for coming in and checking out TurnLeftTV. We got a good one for you here tonight. Thanks for coming in and checking out TurnLeftTV, by the way. Always appreciate folks coming in. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving, treating each other kindly. We got a couple, some royalty here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. showing up. Richard Brooks showing up, man. Thomas Golom as well showing up here tonight. So good to see him out as well. And those guys always lively chatters in the chat session. Again, thank you for coming in. Appreciate people coming in and watching the races here on TurnLeftTV. Please share my videos with all your friends, and then don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. And if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, click on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. If you haven't subscribed, just give that little subscribe button a little love tap there, and you are in business. You'll get updates when we have races coming up. But we've got a busy day for you, starting it off today here with the GT3 series, and then finishing out tonight here with the Saturday Night Thunder. So busy day of racing here on TurnLeftTV. Like finishing up the qualification session here. We'll take a look at the schedule here. Next, we got Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, Mosport next week, and then Curitiba on March the 6th, Dubai March the 13th, Donington Park coming up on the 20th of March, Red Bull Ring on March the 27th, and Laguna Seca. God, I hate that track. But these guys love it, coming up to finish up the season on April the 3rd. See, I'm already getting bullied here. You know, here's the thing, Thomas. Let me explain the sunglasses to you. They're actually reading glasses, I'll be honest with you, because I sit so close to the computer screen, it's hard for me to see with my regular glasses. So, and then I didn't figure anybody wanted to see my, big inflated eyes there, oversized eyes through the reading glasses. So I decided to buy some glasses that have sunglasses on them, but just a reading prescription. So it wasn't much, and looks pretty darn cool. It's not the glasses, it's the man that makes the glass. You know what I'm saying? It's not the glasses that makes a man, it's the man that makes the glass. That's awesome. All right, looks like qualification session has finished. We'll take a look at the session results. So Roman Rabatsev, not a big surprise there in that BMW, qualifies in P1. Richie Tapple in the Corvette in second. Dennis Vandeven qualifies in the third position. A couple Corvettes there up front. Colin Matiak, one of our young guns there from Ohio, starting in the fourth position. Nikolai Bezrikov coming off an endurance race here right at it, qualifies in the fifth position. Dennis Lisenko is sixth. Paul Brown qualifies seventh. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the BMW qualifies in the eighth position. Dan Richter in ninth in the Aston Martin. Ed Palumbo qualifies in the 10th position in the Ferrari. Looking at page 2, Will Dunbar qualifies in the 11th position. Stephen Miller, well, Lauren Stoppelworth qualifies 13th. Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes-AMG qualifies in the 14th position. David Kerr qualifies in the 15th position. John Stanley qualifies 16th in the Corvette. And Dmitry Buksha qualifies in the 17th position in the Mercedes. So those are our session results here in the qualification session. Right now, these guys are going through the drivers' meeting. Coming up later tonight, we'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway. How are we going to get from Portland, Oregon, all the way over to Miami, Florida? I don't know, man. It's the internet. It's race number 2 in that first season of 2021. Saturday Night Thunder at Homestead, 150 laps in the Cup cars. And we had a big night last week starting off the season, and I would expect that we're going to have another great night here at Homestead tonight. And, of course, that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. So a couple broadcasts headed your way here tonight. So the first one starts here in just a few minutes, and then well, we've already started the broadcast, but the race starts in a few minutes. And then we will be broadcasting again at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Saturday Night Thunder. Don't forget, tonight's race is being brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, they are 3 managed packages for you there. You can, or 3 cookie cutter there packages, self-managed packages. If you're interested, that's who provides our servers and does a great job. EliteHostingUSA.com. Well, who won the race last week? That was Roman Rabatsev in the BMW. The 20 driver field, and he pretty much put the spanking on the rest of the field. Great job, Roman, for the win at Spa. And I tell you what, man, that first sequence of turns there was pretty rough for some of the drivers at Spa. But Roman did a great job. Congratulations to him. Gets the win in the BMW. Everybody was saying that the Ferraris really have an advantage, but Roman Rabatsev at the BMW came out there and just laid the smackdown on the field. Coming up next Friday, we'll be at Richmond International for some short track action in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. 130 laps from that classic short track. And it's race number 6 in the season, and it should be a great one, man. We've really got a good, really tight points battle heating up there in the in the Bushwhacker Series, and excited about this short track headed your way. And after that, we got Martinsville in the Bushwhacker Series too. So 2 short tracks in a row headed your way. So it's going to be a fun one next week. You don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV starting at 9 p.m. on Friday, February the 26th. Gonna have to check out Sergey Butsev here tearing up this Mercedes. Oh! Losing a tire there, and I don't know, did he knock over somebody on a stool? What is that? Part of the suspension. Right here, this Mercedes coming off track here, and then smacking the wall right there pretty hard. About 4 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. We'll take a look at the season standings coming into tonight. Roman Rabatsev with that win on top there. Nikolai Bezhikov in second. Dennis Van de Ven third in points. Lucas Simpsoner, who cannot be here today, has to work. Fourth in points. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is fifth. Georgi Aratunian is fifth in points. Sixth in points. Richie Tappel seventh. People are talking to me in my ear, by the way. Sergey Butsev eighth. Denis Lysenko ninth in points, and Alexander Meshkov is 10th. Givaldo Linares joining us in the chat session as well. Good to see Givaldo out. He's a regular here in watching TurnLeftTV stuff. So thank you, Givaldo. Got some new chatters in here as well. Welcome. Take a look at our side-by-side view and see if it's working. We've got a couple of these actually. Looks like that one is working just fine. That's good news. Again, thank you for coming in. If you'd like to help me out, there are a couple links down there to follow. There's a donation link in the description of this race if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV. And also, there is a link to the Fanatec website if you're interested in purchasing a wheelbase, shifter, or pedals, any other of the Fanatec equipment. Please give that link a look, and if you decide to buy, I encourage you to use that link, and I would greatly appreciate that. If you'd like to join us on Discord, there is the Discord address right there that you can join us, and we'd be excited and honored to have you here racing with us. Take a look at the other side-by-side. Looks like that's working too, so that's good news. Always good when we've got stuff operating appropriately, or correctly, I should say. All right, man, we got about a minute left here in the warm-up session. Pick your winners here tonight. I am going to go with the low-hanging fruit on this one. I am going to pick Roman Rabatsev to win this race. So there's my pick tonight. That is Roman Rabatsev to take home the victory here tonight. Toto's picking Colin Matiak here to win. All right, boys and girls, it is about that time, so pull those belts tight, get up on the wheel here, and get ready for some great racing here at Portland International. The GT3 Series tackling Portland International tonight. $17 drivers joining us here. Looks like that's going to be a pretty good size field on this track.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, the starting order here at Portland. Roman Rabatsev starting in P1. Boy, that went awful fast, didn't it? Let's try that again. Roman Rabatsev starts in P1. Richie Tapple starts in the second position. Dennis Vanden will start in third. Colin Matiak starts in the fourth position. In fifth will be Nikolai Bezrikov. Denis Lysenko will start in the sixth position. Paul Brown, seventh. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start in 8th in that BMW. Starting in the 9th position is Dan Richter. Ed Palumbo will start in 10th. Will Dunbar starts in the 11th position. Stephen Miller will start in 12th. Lawrence Stopper starts in the 13th position. Sergei Butsev starts in 14th. David Kerr 15th. And John Stanley will start in 16th. Starting in the 17th position will be Dmitry Buksha in the Mercedes. All right, very tight track here tonight, so important to really not overdrive this thing and don't get frustrated because you're going to be locked in traffic all night long. Tight track, short track, a little under 2 miles in length. So be ready to have to deal with some lap traffic. Or if your circumstances are that you're a lap down, be ready to move over when that blue flag comes out. So, Roman Rabatsev will start in P1 in the BMW, proving all those Ferrari drivers that these BMWs are just as fast. Got a Corvette on the outside pole there in second. Here we go, boys and girls.
Flag, go, go, go.
Here we go. Race number 2 from Portland International in the GT3 Series. They are 4 wide headed into that turn, man. Something's going to have to give. It's like Rabatsev might have gotten had some contact there. I'm not sure who got into him, but definitely an issue there. Somebody missed that turn in a big way. Take a look at Dennis Vanden running in the 84 car. Stephen Miller here in the 42 having a little trouble, I believe. We'll take a look and see what happened to him. This was on the start. They are 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide. Stephen Miller, man, I tell you what, I'm not sure exactly whether he knew there was a turn coming up or what, but Stephen Miller completely missed that turn and then gets into several cars there. 54 also gets taken out in that. So Stephen Miller, coming up here on board here with him, and he just absolutely annihilates the leader there. So Looking out of the back of this BMW. Once we get to that camera view, this is my beef with Studio 397 and these GT3 cars, that all these camera views should be the same number on every car. So looking out of the back of P1 at Dennis Vandeven, and he's got a little company there out of Kalamatiak. Kalamatiak running in that third position. So Kalamatiak here having a pretty good night so far here early on. On board here with Colin through this chicane. This kid, man, I tell you what, he can absolutely drive a car. He is a great racer, not only in the stock cars, Indy cars, and also these GT3 cars. He has really proven that he can actually get in these cars and do a great job. Dennis Lisenko, Richie Tapple here having a little bit of a battle. Like Dennis Lisenko had gotten that pass by, so I'm not sure if we missed something here. Maybe Richie had retired from the race. Looks like Richie might have had some trouble here. We'll take a look at Richie Tapple in the Corvette. Like everything looking okay right there for Richie. There we go. A little bit later there, it looks like he does come off track. So Richie Tapple there trying to bounce back, and he's going to lose a couple positions there. He's now back to the 7th position. Sergei Butsev and John Stanley here having a little bit of battle here. This is the Mercedes, and Sergei Butsev getting by in that 94 car. John Stanley now back to the 16th position in the Corvette. Tell you what, man, Kalamatiak here looking like he wants to get around, so a Corvette versus Ferrari right here. Dennis Vandeven says, no way, not going to let you by here yet. You're I got this position locked up right now, and I'm not going to let this Ferrari back by. On board here with the Kalamatiak, he wants to get by Dennis Vandeven. Take a look at Dennis Vandeven. He has got a challenge here. As looks like Kalamatiak down below him in the chicane, so it kind of outbreaks him, gets on the inside, and that might have been a little bit of a wave by there for Dennis Vandeven. He said, hey, man, it's a little bit too early for me to get a little bit too racy here, so I'm going to let him go. And look at this, Richie Tapple here trying to bounce back. He's now racing that Aston Martin of Dan Richter, so Richie Tapple now back up to the 6th position. Dan Richter back to 7th. Take a look at Will Dunbar in the Ferrari number 88, the Salesforce sponsored machine. Right now running in the 11th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. just behind him. Actually, it looks like David Kerr. Take that back. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is just in front of him. Hey, look at that, man. Look at that right there. There you go. A little TurnLeftTV. We got to be rooting for that guy. Take a look at David Kerr in the Ferrari number 43 car. Right now running in the 12th position. Take a look at Ed Palumbo here in the 54 racing. Oh, man, he gets into maybe a little bit of a scrape there with the 41 of Lawrence Stopworth. A couple team cars there getting together. Lawrence Stopworth comes off track. We'll take a look here. Lawrence Stopworth on board here with him as he just comes off track there just a little bit as Ed Palumbo slips by. And he's going to lose a couple positions. He does a good job there keeping it out of the wall, but he's going to lose a couple positions. Sergei Butsev gets by as well. Go on board here with Sergei Butsev and watch this. You see a lot of mess right there. A couple Ferraris getting after it. Now Butsev keeps his composure and gets by. And Palumbo continuing to try to make some moves here. Butsev all over the back of him, but Ed Palumbo trying to fight David Kerr for position. This is for the 12th spot. David Kerr and Ed Palumbo side by side. Still trying to figure it out. They might be leaning on each other a little bit. Butsev says, you guys keep fighting it out, man. I'm going to get by you. And Palumbo on board here with him as he's trying to hold off Sergei Butsev, but also get around David Kerr. David Kerr now opening up a little bit of a gap on him. Take a look at David Kerr here in the 43, extending that gap just a little bit on Ed Palumbo. About Dennis Lisenko here in the Ferrari number 72, running in the 5th position. Those guys pretty much settled it out for now. Rabatsev, Matiak, Vandeven, Bezrikov. We'll take a look at Nikolai Bezrikov here running in the Audi. This guy, man, gangster move here for him because last season he ran the BMW and ran away with the championship, and he says, I'm going to put a challenge out there for myself and switch over to the Audi. Everybody was talking about how hard of a car it is to drive and how much it sort of lacks power, and he is getting out here and making it happen right now, running in the 4th position in that Audi. So great job to Nikolai Bezrikov here so far. And Palumbo here racing Will Dunbar. This is for the 11th position. Ed Palumbo gets by Will Dunbar and now puts Will back to the 12th position. Colin Matiak here now battling for the race lead in that Ferrari. The Roman Rabatsev in the BMW has to let this Ferrari go. Now Rabatsev falls back to the 2nd position. Sergei Butsev side by side with Will Dunbar in the chicane here. So a little Mercedes versus Ferrari. The 94, Sergei Butsev takes that position. Dmitry Buksha in the other Mercedes, having a battle with the Aston Martin of Dan Richter. And Dmitry Buksha, oh man, he comes off track right there. Buksha comes off track. Now keeps it pointed in the right direction, but man, he is kicking up some dust there. And he tried to make that pass, and man, he just had a little bit too much speed. We'll take a look at this again. Right there, it goes wrong. I mean, he's sideways, he gets off the track, he gets upsets the balance of that car, getting on the curb. And then misses this next turn, and then he is on for a ride through the grass here. Does a great job of keeping that thing pointed in the right direction. My gosh, man. How about that? Paul Brown going to get through this. Watch this. This is out of front of Paul Brown's machine. He's just saying, hey, man, don't come back on the track yet. Paul Brown gets by. Back up here and look at that Nikolai Bezrikov running in the 4th position. He's about 3 seconds behind the race leader, and he's got a little company behind him. And that is Dennis Lisenko in that Ferrari. So Dennis Lisenko misses that turn. He's trying to get through and misses that turn, and he is way off track right now. So Bezrikov pulls off that charge by Lisenko. Take a look at this Dennis Lisenko. Really, right there, he misses that chicane. Has to get that position back up. Take a look, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the BMW, the 19 car, running in the, like he's running in the 10th position. Here, about 38 minutes left to go. Your top 10 run for Claudio Bardelli Jr. And I suspect Claudio Bardelli Jr. tonight will be running in the stock cars too. This guy just eats, sleeps, and drinks auto sports. So Ran in the Xfinity race last night. He'll be running, I'm sure, in the stock car race tonight. And right now making it happen in the BMW here in the GT3 series. David Kerr here trying to bounce back. He's in the 15th position, having a battle with the Corvette of John Stanley. Good side-by-side racing there. John Stanley giving him a lot of room. And John Stanley, one of the nicest guys out there on the track. He's running in the 16th position right now. And really does a great job in stock cars, but also just, sets the example on how you really treat other drivers, how you race other drivers. He doesn't have the wins that some of these guys do, but, he has the respect. And that is that really means a lot. It means more than championships. It means more than race wins, is the respect of the other drivers. He's one of the nicest guys out there, and I'm very honored that he would come here and race with us at HORL. Take a look at Lauren Stopworth here in the 41 car, running in the 14th position. A little bit of a gaggle of cars there ahead of him. Will Dunbar just ahead, running in P13. Lauren Stopworth trying to set up this pass here. Pretty tight area of the course here, to side by side with Will Dunbar. For the 41 versus the 88. Couple Ferraris here battling it out. It looks like Lauren Stopworth's going to pull off this pass. So Lauren Stopworth up to P13. Will Dunbar back to 14. Take a look at Paul Brown here in the 77 car. Right now running in the 8th position. Really did downplay a lot of his ability in the GT3 cars. He really does. I think he's had a couple bad races and sort of lost a little bit of confidence here. He just needs to get a good finish. Maybe kind of raise that bar a little bit more slowly as you become more accustomed to these GT3 cars. And you see right there, Dan Richter is having a challenge right there as now Paul Brown picks up a spot there. So Dan Richter comes off track. We'll take a look at what happened to Dan Richter. Dan Richter there coming off track. And Paul Brown slips by. Right here, Paul Brown sees Dan Richter coming off track and slips through. Colin Maniak, the race leader. The second place car is Roman Rabatsev, and he has got Dennis Van de Ven all over the back of him right now. So a little BMW versus Corvette action. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Let's keep these camera views the same. Same number. Like the 5th camera view, let's make it like that one right there. Better yet, let's make it like the 2nd camera view, and no matter what car you're in. Looking out of the back of Roman Rabatsev BMW at the 84 of Dennis Van de Ven in the Corvette. Good little battle here. This is for P2. Very tight battle. These guys are definitely going to be running up some lap traffic here fairly soon. You see out of the front of Roman Rabatsev's BMW, that Ferrari of Colin Maniak, who is leading the race right now. Rabatsev having a little trouble there coming off the turn with the handling of that car. So that thing's a little bit loose right now, a little free. He's going to have to make some adjustments. Getting some chatters in here. Looks like my boy Michael Brooks showing up in here. Alexander Meshkov coming in here too. We definitely miss you. I know hopefully you had a good finish there in the Endurance Series race that you were racing in today. And thanks for letting me come in and watch that race for a little while. Got me sort of excited, man. They had a good multi-class endurance race with the DPI cars and the GTE cars as well. So very interesting 4-hour race there from Meshkov. Dennis Van de Ven running in the third position. In the Corvette, so good little run here so far for him, and you got to always keep your eye on Dennis Van de Ven in this 84 car. I mean, this guy just quiet, very, very quiet, but man, this guy is an assassin. He will set you up and cut you down. Well, keep this guy in mind here in the Corvette. Definitely one of our favorites to win this this race today. Dennis Lisinko in the third position. Right now has a little bit of a battle from Nikolai Bezhikov in that Audi. That Audi has run down this Ferrari, so they're starting to tighten up here a little bit. Nikolai Bezhikov running in the fifth position. Actually, he had given up that spot, now trying to hold on to it, I should say. Take a look at this pass a little bit earlier here. So I guess I better get my stuff straight. There we go. Lisinko on the outside here, taking this turn wide. Ew! Little chop right there. 72 and the 23 getting after it. The 72 and the 23 getting after it right there, as that 72 car used the outside entry to that turn. We'll take a look at this again. Watch this, man. This is going to get chippy. Right here, this is going to get chippy. There might be some contact right here. If these guys, I'll tell you what, if there's no contact right there, you can't. Oh, there it is right there. There it is. Did not disappoint. There it is. Van de Ven indicating he might have some trouble here. Van de Ven a little bit too hot around that turn, and he's going to spin this car. Keeps it out of the wall, so that's good news for him. A little bit of an overrun area, but he's going to lose a couple positions. He's now back to, looks like now back to the fifth position. Ed Palumbo, Claudio Bardelli Jr. here battling it out. Ed Palumbo in the Ferrari, Bardelli Jr. in the, I tell you what, Ed Palumbo trying to get another spot there as Bardelli gives up that position. Go here, this is Claudio Bardelli Jr. on board here with him, and oh man, he almost gets into the back of the Mercedes, and that's how he lost that position right there. He had to get on the brakes really, really hard to keep it back into the back of the Mercedes. Lisinko here is going to pick up a spot there on Dennis Van de Ven spinning out there. We're going to take a look at that replay. Will Dunbar here in the Ferrari in the 88 car. Oh, off track right there. Oh, no, there's contact. David Kerr and Will Dunbar get together. Take a look here out of the front of David Kerr's machine. Will Dunbar is going to miss this turn, get this thing sideways, come back across the track, and David Kerr makes contact with him. He keeps the thing pointed in the right direction. As Will Dunbar trying to gather his thoughts now. Dennis Van de Ven in the sixth position now, and he's had some more trouble there. Looks like this car's a little bit loose for him. So Dennis Van de Ven now giving up another spot there. Back to sixth. Richie Tapple gets through. I think this car is getting slick. The track is getting slick as Richie Tapple getting by in the Corvette. Stephen Miller, after kind of a disastrous start here in the 42 car, trying to bounce back. Right now running in the 17th position. I think he might have gotten into 4 or 5 different cars there on the start. And right now running in the 17th position, trying to take this car home here and get a good finish. He is 2 laps down, so he's got some work to do. Colin Matiak, the race leader, and these guys are starting to run into some lap traffic here. Looking out of the front of Colin Matiak's machine at Will Dunbar in the Ferrari. Will Dunbar is right now running in the 15th position on the lead lap, so Colin Matiak gets by. You see just behind Roman Rabatsev in the BMW, so this battle has tightened up here a little bit. This lap traffic, who can get through the lap traffic the best? Colin Matiak, the race leader. Roman Rabatsev is in second, and we talked about this in the pre-race show. This track is short, 1.9 miles. And you are definitely going to see some lap traffic, and we're seeing that now. So who can get through this lap traffic? I know it can be a little frustrating, but that's part of racing. John Stanley in the Corvette. Oh, we see Colin Matiak coming down pit lane. Did not hear anything on the radio that he was coming down pit lane here. We'll take a look at Roman Rabatsev, now the race leader in the BMW. Colin Matiak on pit lane. Looking at the side-by-side view here at Colin Matiak on pit lane taking service. So the rule is that you got to change 4 tires on pit lane and change to a different compound. So you can start on softs and change the mediums or any of the variation there. You can use hard compound as well, as we see Colin Matiak finishing up his pit stop here. Roman Rabatsev now puts him a lap down. So Colin Matiak now on fresh tires will probably get by this BMW fairly quickly, but he is now a lap down. But keep in mind, Roman Rabatsev still needs to make a pit stop. Ed Palumbo now having that battle here with Lauren Stopworth. We saw those guys battling a little bit earlier, 41 versus the 54, and the 54 going to put that 41 down to the 12th position. Ed Palumbo now up to the 11th spot. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gaining a spot here as Sergei Butsev on pit lane. He's making his pit stop here. So again, we'll take a look at side-by-side as Butsev on pit lane. Also, Ed Palumbo is on pit lane. Claudio Bardelli Jr. right now running in the 9th position. We'll take a look at our race leader, the 72, Denis Lysenko. Sergei Butsev coming back out on track here in the 15th position. So Lysenko has gotten around Roman Rabatsev. Take a look and see that pass there from Denis Lysenko on Roman Rabatsev. Roman Rabatsev, I think, came off track, spun around there, and Lysenko gets by. Take a look at what happened to Rabatsev, and this might be a little tight right here as Rabatsev chopping that side or that turn right there. The 13 gets into the back of him. The 13, remember, a lap down. Rabatsev comes around. Colin Matiak and Roman Rabatsev get together here on board with here Roman Rabatsev, and he's going to get turned right here in the chicane. Go on board here with Colin Matiak here as he enters this turn, and then contact right there with the one car as Matiak continues on in the forward direction, and Rabatsev comes around. So Dennis Lisinko is the race leader now in the Ferrari, so he capitalizes on the problems that Rabatza have had. Nikolai Bezrikov is in second. Richie Tapple third. Dennis Vandeven is in the fourth position. Paul Brown is fifth. We were talking about Paul Brown earlier here, and keeps plugging away here. Right now has a top 5 run. A little over halfway through this race. Take a look at Dan Richter coming down pit lane here in the Aston Martin. He has got a ton of damage on that car, on the front of that car, so he's definitely had an eventful evening here. Now on pit lane. Then taking a look at Dennis Lisinko in the 72. Just came off of running an endurance race, a 4-hour endurance race. And now coming down pit lane here, competing in the GT3 series. So Lisinko having a pretty good run here today. Looks like Bezrikov on pit lane as well. So P1, P2 on pit lane, and that will give the race lead to Dennis Vandeven in the Corvette. You can look at our out of the front of Nikolai Bezrikov's car on pit lane is Dennis Vandeven leading the field. Slow pit stops here in the GT3 series. So looks like Bezrikov coming back off pit lane now. Lisinko just behind him, so Bezrikov a little bit better pit stop there than Lisinko. So the Audi back out on track as Dennis Vandeven continuing the lead. So the 84 car, Dennis Vandeven, had a little bit of a scrape earlier this evening and has bounced back here, now running in in the first position. Kalabadiak here after a little scrape there with the race leader on the lead lap in fifth in the Ferrari. He's 54 seconds down to the race leader. We've got another guy coming down pit lane, and that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Indicating David Kerr might have had some trouble here. We'll take a look at the replay as David Kerr in the Ferrari misses this turn a little bit outside the groove there and spins this car, and is going to keep it out of the tire barrier, and it looks like he does. So good news for him, but nonetheless going to lose a couple positions there. David Kerr right now running in the 13th position. Dennis Vandeven is on pit lane, taking service here now in P2 is Paul Brown, our new race leader, I believe. Now Paul Brown's on pit lane as well. Lawrence Stopworth running in P3. Kalabadiak just behind him. A couple Ferraris there. Kalabadiak wanting to get around this 41 car. Kind of misses that turn a little bit. It looks like the 41 coming down pit lane now. Kalabadiak now back to the front. Paul Brown finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track here in the Ferrari. Right now shown in P8. Colin Matiak, the new race leader. Could say back to the race lead. Here with 17.5 minutes left to go. Bezhikov, after making pit stop, now 5.4 seconds back to the race leader. 77, Paul Brown, now back to the 9th position. Take a look at Paul Brown now back out on track after making pit stop here on fresh tires. The Aston Martin of Dan Richter just ahead. And again, after making pit stop, man, it takes you a little bit of a time, I think, to sort of get up on your back into the groove there. Alexander Meshkov saying it's a little laggy there on the side-by-side. Yeah, it's because it has to load the overlays, I think. That's why that is the case. So Meshkov side-by-side viewed a little laggy. And again, it's because there's it's got to load those overlays. If I turn that stuff off, which I'll show you here in just a second. We'll just turn all this off and then go to the side-by-side. I think it will be just fine. We'll switch to another car here. There we go. Oh, yeah, I guess there is a little bit of a lag there, so you're right. Okay, there goes my theory. Take a look at our P2 car. That is Nikolai Bezhikov, Denis Lysenko all over the back of him right now. So the Audi versus Ferrari battle here raging on as we look behind Nikolai Bezhikov at Denis Lysenko. So that is P2, P3 as we're watching Lysenko and Bezhikov waging a little bit of a battle there, rolling up on some lap traffic. Lauren Stoppelworth there getting out of the way, says I'm going to get out of these guys' way. So again, a good heads-up move by Lauren Stoppelworth to let those guys go through. A good tight battle here for P2, P3. Colin Matiak continuing to lead the field here after making pit stop and working his way back to the front. Bezhikov in second, Lysenko third. Dmitry Buksha is in fourth position. We haven't really talked about Dmitry Buksha, but he has got that Mercedes in fourth right now. I'll tell you what, man, I'll give him a lot of credit here because a lot of guys are not real super fond of the Mercedes, and he has stuck with it from one season to the next and has this car right now in the top 5, looking pretty solid here. So he does a great job, committed to the Mercedes team. Take a look at that Dennis Vandeven here in the Corvette. He is with 12.5 minutes left to go, trying to bounce back here, running in the 5th position. He has had a pretty eventful evening. He is our top Corvette here tonight. A lot of guys in here bashing him right now. Some of his buddies in here bashing him. They got to get out of here. Michael Brooks, Thomas Gowon, they got to get out of here. Cliff Wellingham, how about that, man? Those guys can get out here and drive some GT3 cars. We'd love to have you. We would love to have you out here. Roman Rabatsev, a little incident earlier this evening. He and Colin Matiak got together, and he is now trying to play catch-up here in this BMW. 11.5 minutes left to go, and things are going to have to sort of fall into place for him. Richie Tapple in the Corvette, running in the 7th position. Having a pretty good night here. Probably not the night that he wanted to have, but nonetheless, fairly good run here in the 7th position. Shown a lot of talent here since coming out here to HORL. Look at this, Dan Richter and Paul Brown battling it out. Dan Richter in the Aston Martin going to give up that spot as Paul Brown's going to get through. Going board here with Dan Richter in the Aston Martin as Paul Brown in the chicane going to end up taking this spot. Dan Richter now back to the 9th position. Nikolai Bezhikov coming off track here as, Dmitry Buksha also off track here. Let's see what happened here. Maybe some contact between the two of those guys. Nikolai Bezhikov here in the Audi. He's got Dennis Lasenko. Oh, man, Nikolai Bezhikov coming around here in the 23 car, and he is, looks like the Mercedes also coming around. That is Dmitry Buksha comes around as well. So Bezhikov having some trouble here. We'll take a look what happened. Bezhikov coming off track just a little bit, and man, he is on for a ride over the curbs. And then Lasenko gets by. Bezhikov is on for a ride. And it looks like Dmitry Buksha comes around too. We'll take a look here on board with Dmitry Buksha as he's having some trouble. He comes around, he hits that curb the wrong way, maybe a little bit of overcorrection there, and taking his eye off the turn, get back out on track. And those guys had a wild ride. Oh my heavens. This is a mess right here. That is a mess right there. That is an Audi Mercedes mess. Those guys now trying to recover here as we're taking a look at Richie Tapple in the Corvette right now, running in the 7th position. He is all over the back of Roman Rabatsev. So good battle here between the BMW and the Corvette as we're starting to wind down the laps here. Wind down the time. Eight and a half minutes left to go. Colin Matiak here having some trouble. Colin Matiak through the S. Oh, off track there a little bit in that 13 car, and he's spinning this car. Does it get into anything? Oh, he backs it into the wall right there. Our race leader off the track. The 13 of Colin Matiak, man, he was carrying a heck of a lot of speed. He was carrying a heck of a lot of speed there. Dennis Lasenko is going to get through here as Matiak over there in the grass. Lasenko coming off the last turn here. Down the front stretch will claim the lead. Bezhikov will get by as well. Matiak, man, I tell you what, he was carrying a heck of a lot of speed here. Watch this. He gets off track, and he is on for a ride. And he backs it into the wall right here. Actually, it's like left side contact with the wall. Our race leader is now Dennis Lasenko in the Ferrari. Colin Madiak has lost a number of positions here. He is trying to maybe limp this car home. He's now back to 7th. With 7.5 minutes to go, Dennis Lisinko is the race leader. Take a look at Dennis Vandeven. He's going to get by here as he's now trying to move forward, and he's getting by John Stanley right there. Roman Rabatsev, Richie Tapple also get by Colin Madiak. Good battle right there. You see Colin Madiak coming back out on track. Richie Tapple, Roman Rabatsev still. Oh, man, there's contact right there between the two of those guys. Little contact there between Roman Rabatsev and Richie Tapple. Things are starting to get a little chippy here late in the race. Take a look at Paul Brown here running in the 8th position. I'll tell you what, man, we're going to have to go back to that battle here with 6 minutes left to go. Roman Rabatsev and Richie Tapple. It looks like Richie Tapple's trying to get around. Well, it looks like John Stanley was there. Richie Tapple might have had some trouble, it looks like. We'll take a look and see what happened to Richie Tapple. Look at that, to John Stanley in the grass. Richie Tapple just takes his concentration a little bit, takes it off the road, and spins this car. Man, he was doing so well. He was really working on the back of Roman Rabatsev, but one little mistake, and it just really happened in front of him right there. You see John Stanley comes off, and he just loses his concentration just a little bit, and then has some trouble with that S. And then comes off track. So Roman Rabatsev in 5th position. Not having to worry too much about Richie Tapple now. Dennis Lisinko is in the Ferrari and running in P1. Nikolai Bedrikov in 2nd. Dmitry Buksha is in 3rd. Dennis Vandeven 4th. Roman Rabatsev in the 5th position. Just under 5 minutes left to go. The Lisinko in the Ferrari has about a 5.5 second lead. Bedrikov in 2nd. Buksha is in the 3rd position. Dennis Vandeven 4th. Rabatsev in 5th. Take a look at Will Dunbar here in the 14th position in that 88 car. He wanted to get a good finish here, so really new to racing. He does so much work for us behind the scenes with points managers and setting up servers and so forth, and he does such a great job coding for us. Just a fantastic job, and loving to come out here and do some racing as well. And I can't say enough about the job that Will Dunbar does for us. So right now running in the 14th position, and I was, sort of leading into this, don't set the bar too high here. You're running against guys who've been running for years and years and years, but hey man, you got to be pretty proud of yourself right now at a challenging track here, running in the 14th position. Vandeven having a battle here right now with the Mercedes, so this is looking for P3. Oh, Vandeven misses the shifting. I look like might have downshifted there and lost the back end of that car here. We'll take a look at this again. This thing just spun right there, and I think he may have downshifted a little bit too much or too soon. And it caused the back end to break loose. He doesn't lose any positions, though. That's good news for him. Ed Palumbo in the 54 has that car up to the 12th position. Another one of those stock car aficionados out here doing some GT3 series racing. Two minutes left to go. Nikolai Bezrikov running in the second position. 5 seconds down to the race leader. Dmitry Buksha is just back behind him, 2 seconds behind him in the third position. Vandeven in fourth. Rabatsev is in fifth. And I'll tell you what, man, that battle between Rabatsev and Vandeven has tightened up here. Rabatsev in the BMW, Vandeven in the Corvette. Good side by side, or front nose to tail battle right there, I should say, between the two of those guys. I tell you what, man, just aside from some lap traffic here, Lysenko is trying to figure out whether he's going to have to do another lap after this one. Lysenko in a 72 car. And that Ferrari is on his way, baby, to claiming a race win. Got a little bit of damage on that car. I think everybody on the track has damage on their car. So Lysenko trying to bring this Ferrari home for a win. And he was in the right place at the right time. And how about this, man? Coming off of a long 4-hour race at VEC, and this guy's coming out here and laying the smackdown on these guys. Like we are going to do another lap here. So we got one more lap here. How about this, man? Colin Matiak gaining another position. I think Roman Rabatsev might have had some trouble here. We'll take a look. Roman Rabatsev. He's trying to get... oh, man, he really tried to close in on Dennis Vandeven. Oh, this car's going to get into the tire barrier, and he loses the spoiler on this thing. Loses the spoiler on that thing. Smooth sailing, I think, for Dennis Lysenko now. So Dennis Lysenko is on his way to victory here in the Ferrari. A little bit of lap traffic ahead. I don't think that's going to be an issue for him. Bezrikov running in second. Vandeven now up to the third position. Buksha is in fourth. Matiak in fifth. Roman Rabatsev has late race trouble. Now falling back to the ninth position. Dennis Lysenko off the final turn is going to claim the victory here at Portland. So Dennis Lysenko gets the big win. Bezrikov is going to finish in the second position in the Audi. Vandeven finishes in third. Buksha comes home in the fourth position. Colin Matiak recovers and finishes in fifth. So with Dennis Lysenko, the race win here at Portland. A heck of a run for him, really. These guys finishing up that, see that, Sergei Butsev coming home in the 11th position. So Dennis Lysenko, the race winner. So congratulations to Dennis Lysenko. We'll take a look at the finishing results here. final results. Denis Lysenko gets that win. Nikolai Bezhikov in the Audi finishes in the second position. What a way to bounce back there. Bezhikov had some issues earlier on. Dennis Van de Ven also bouncing back for a third-place finish. Dmitry Buksha in fourth. Colin Madiak, talking about bouncing back, finishes in the fifth position. How about this finish for Paul Brown? Finishes in the sixth position. Richie Tapple finishes in the seventh position. In eighth is Dan Richter. Finishing in the ninth position is Roman Rabatsev. I know he has to be a little bit disappointed with that ninth-place finish after the run he had, and had that late race problem there for him. Cost him a number of positions. Claudio Bardelli Jr. battles for a 10th-place finish in the BMW. In 11th is Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes at Palumbo, finishes in 12th. Lawrence Stoppeworth 13th. Will Dunbar finishes in the 14th position. David Kerr 15th. John Stanley in the Corvette finishes in the 16th position. And Stephen Miller finishes in the 17th spot in the Ferrari. So big win there for Denis Lysenko. Good run there for him tonight. Like he is out of here on to get a little glass of champagne. Or maybe Russian vodka. So it really was an interesting race. I think it was a lot of fun. Really, definitely a lot of fun to broadcast. Very busy track, short track. You get into the, the lap traffic, and that definitely becomes an issue. And, it's one of those tracks, too. You can't really take it for granted because it is a very challenging track. But fun track. Congratulations to Denis Lysenko for coming away with a victory. And also, I got to send a shout-out to Nikolai Bezhikov for coming away with a second-place finish there in the Audi, continuing to prove how good of a driver he is in a car where a lot of these guys have argued that it's underpowered and really doesn't handle as well as some of the cars like the Corvette or the Ferrari or the BMW. But he is really getting in this car and proving that it is it's about driving the car and learning what this car will do. Don't forget, coming up here in just a little while, that's right, we got two races for you today. Homestead, Miami, and the Saturday Night Thunder High Octane Racing League's Cup Series will be back for race number 2. Guys have really been arguing, chiming in that how bad they want to see the Cup Series come back, the Saturday Night Thunder come back to High Octane Racing League. We have answered. So we've got a great series in store for you, and we're at race number 2 headed your way at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on TurnLeftTV. It's Homestead, Miami, in the Saturday Night Thunder. 150 laps at a very challenging track. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be live right here on TurnLeftTV. I want to say thank you so much for coming in and watching the broadcast with me here on TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate my boys coming in here. Man, we have Michael Brooks in here, Thomas Goldblum in here, Alexander Beshkov in here as well, and Richard Brooks as well. Can't forget about Richard Brooks, man. And then Givaldo Linares as well coming in here and doing some chatting as well. And, there's some Preston Hassel showing up. A lot of good buddies here showing up for the broadcast. Greatly appreciate that. And again, peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. We got a ton of snow on the ground here in Indiana, but the forecast for next week looks like it's going to be nice and warm. So I'm excited for that stuff to melt. Hopefully we won't have any rain on top of that. But nonetheless, definitely going to have a lot of sim racing coming at you next week, and excited about that. But don't forget, the weekend's not over. We've got one more race for you tonight in the Saturday Night Thunder. Please hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Just give it a little love tap. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here, and share my videos with all of your friends. If you'd like to go down in the description of this race, you can follow a couple links there. One over to the Fanatec website. Give those guys a look if you're interested in purchasing some racing gear. And then also there's a little donate link down there in the description too if you'd like to make a donation. you can do so there. And then also you can make a donation through by clicking on the link up in the banner of the channel. And I would encourage you to share my videos with all of your friends. And again, thanks for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Greatly appreciate your patronage. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Great servers for your rFactor 2 needs. And we had guys from all around the country, all around the world, I should say, joining. We had guys from Russia, Belarus. We've got guys from South America as well, Brazil. Got guys from the Netherlands, Great Britain, all kinds of places, Canada, and of course the United States as well, joining us here on these servers. And the connections are very, very solid. HighOctaneRacing.net is when you get updates and good screenshots, and you can check the schedule out and have links to the videos and so forth. So definitely check us out at HighOctaneRacing.net. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here, and we'll be back at you in a little bit. I shouldn't say do it for us tonight. It'll do it for us in the GT3 series. And guess what? I am out of here.